Yeah, it was rough. All right, welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I am here, and Claire is here with Bob and Joe.
Hey guys.
And
hello.
Masters or age group. It's so hard to call it age group game. You know what I mean? It's just like
it doesn't roll off.
It doesn't roll
yeah.
off the tongue. And, yeah, you know, but it is the age group CrossFit Games, and it just finished. First thoughts. Let's go.
It was awesome. I mean, to see what we accomplished, and again, like every year, at the end, we kind of look at each other and think, you know, what the hell did we make?
Right.
You know, see the expansion to 4 floors, bringing on the teens, still had a community division. How many heats total? Oh, I couldn't even tell you, man. I mean, whatever, 38 times 8, 240, another 64, so 304 heats, 303 ran on time.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Which one didn't run on time?
The issue that we had with the
barbells,
axle bar.
Oh, first heat.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you said it.
303.
I got to bring it up.
Yeah.
You said it. I got to bring it up. How does that happen?
Just cross communication between us. And
sure. And so what happened? I have no idea.
We didn't have the right clips.
Clips do go on there. The right clips were not here.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you test it with the right clips?
Well, no.
No. So
not
just
here.
Not here in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so did you order the right clips and then the wrong clip showed up? How did that work?
Yeah.
Find someone else to blame it on. I'm trying to help.
Sure.
Trying to throw you.
No, it's okay. I mean, look, it's definitely a communication issue between us and them. And when
I thought I told WODprep we need
get him.
Yes.
Somebody bite back.
Exactly.
CJ was like, I'll
Ben,
bring them for you.
Ben, it's your fault. There were no axle bars.
And it was
Your fault. We didn't bring the axle bar clips. Good.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just say
keep
yes.
eating. You're doing great.
Yeah.
So it was an email. That's right.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to put that one on us, right?
Sure.
It's our job at the end of the day to make sure every piece of equipment is here, and that was the one piece of equipment that was not here. So.
Okay. All right. So, and that was the first workout day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
2? 3.
No, 3.
Three.
This was
Day 3. Yeah, it was
They all
day
run
3.
together.
Leave it to me to find the bright side. In that workout, we are not talking about the sleds. We're talking about the bars, which is great because often when there are sleds in workouts,
shit, that's
we're
right.
talking about sleds.
No sled gate.
Yeah,
No sled gate.
Scott
Hell
Pancha
yeah.
came up to me afterwards and he said that is the first time he's ever done a sled workout at any event ever where there was not a sled gate. So happy about that.
Hell
Turf is
yeah.
legit.
I can't think of one either.
Is
Like I
that the
literally can't
is
think
it
of
the
one.
High Rocks turf? I mean,
no,
is that like the same company that they use?
it's
or-
Surface Co. It's
Surface Co.
Brock's
Oh.
from Pitt.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, it looks like it. Like the color. Like if you look at that's like the same like carpety look.
It looks like carpet.
Yeah.
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 It feels good. I was actually doing some mobility on it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Man, we should have
Yeah.
gone over there. We
First-
should have gone over there.
First time I've ever done mobility ever.
In
And I did
general.
it on that because it was so
soft,
and
plush,
smooth.
luscious.
And I knew that no matter where I
Nice
was
and
doing
smooth.
it, I was going to get balanced mobility.
It was even foot pressure.
Yeah.
Your hand pressure was
Work
same
for
as
Surface
mine.
Co. now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Where's
20%
Bob?
off using code Legends.
Right.
Awesome. Okay. So that was the only timing. Was that the only equipment issue? Probably a couple more somewhere in there.
There was a strap
Rings.
in front of the rings that was like missing and then found, and I think that's the only other one that I knew.
Okay. So I asked you first thoughts. What are your first thoughts?
I'm already programming in my head, like thinking about
Weighted pistols.
thinking about more weighted pistols, man.
Ooh.
Reverse the workout.
Thinking about
Just like shove it down everyone's
yeah.
throat.
Well,
You
kinda,
didn't
man.
like it so much
Well,
the
here-
first time. Do it again.
Here's
Old
the
school
thing about
Dave.
that
Old
workout.
school Dave.
A little bit. So I think, well, let's talk about this. To me, that workout did not come down to the pistols.
It didn't.
It didn't. And so that's why we got to not reverse it. We got to go 60 pistols and end with
You're
just
gonna
20
get
cal on the
You're
row.
gonna get it boy.
For all divisions.
You're gonna get death mail for it, sure.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing for that workout, right, is the clean standard, right? I know
Yep.
it was given, and I saw how it was given, and I like elbows in front. I think it's a pretty black and white standard, right? Now, it's up to the judges to enforce it,
Yep.
right? And obviously the Hiller videos and stuff, and we see some egregious approaches to that. And then saying like Panchik had the perfect cleans and like way up here, and I was like, well, that wasn't the standard. The standard was just anywhere in front, which I think is the right standard.
Mhm.
But again, it does come down to the athletes. How much are they going to flirt the line, and judges upholding that bit, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, those things are always going to happen.
Here's the thing on this. So any major sporting event, and I'm not trying to make any kind of excuse around this, but like any major sporting event, whether it's balls and strikes in baseball, it's, you could call holding on every play in the NFL,
Yeah, sure.
right?
Mhm.
Like there's just some element of judgment, and it
Nuance.
goes, and it kind of goes different ways. And the athletes and the judges both need to be responsible for it. And quite frankly, so do the event directors as well, right? So yeah, that's one of those ones that when we go back to the drawing room, it's because I like the way the workout played out. I feel like the workout had the appropriate impact on the athletes and what I wanted to see. And I like the use of kettlebells. And so thinking about, okay, how do we incorporate them if it's not next year, future
Sure.
years, right? How do we do it in a way that it's just a little bit more clear,
Sure.
right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
snatches, something like that.
Yeah.
Still use the kettlebell.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
change the movement.
I think as it's come down to, I've talked about this workout a lot over the weekend with different people and with you guys as well. And like and whenever I look at a workout, like how could we have made it better, or how could I have made it better? And this is obviously my opinion. Just like Jamie just said, I think flipping toes to bar and cleans, and then upholding that clean standard, I think would have allowed some gymnasts to maybe push a little bit more. I feel like for the younger age groups, the weekend overall was gymnastics light. For the older age groups or middle age groups, good. Maybe for the older age groups, like really heavy, right? And so we've talked about the difficulty of creating a workout and making appropriate adjustments for everyone with as minimal changes as possible, right?
Yeah.
Because of just logistics and time and money, etc.
Mm.
I think flipping that for the younger age groups and even into the middle, a lot of people would have had toes to bar. I think maybe the amount of like shoulder bruising we saw would have been a little less. But that's like minimal change. But I think it played out. It definitely played out, in my opinion, better than I anticipated. With regards to the pistols, I still don't think old people should do pistols flat out. But that's like
What's
you know,
old?
I really think the pistol.
had many 60 plus.
Yeah.
Compliment
I think they did it and they do it well, and it gets to showcase them. I think we could have showcased them in a way that isn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, is the risk worth the reward, right? And then the argument I've got from some people is like, is the muscle up worth the reward? And like, yes, I think that is sort of on the same playing field, but we've done it. It's been so ingrained for so long, and we do it so often. And it's also like bilateral. I don't know. The pistol just sits weird with me. Maybe it's my own bias because I fucking suck at them. But it just sits funny with me in general. But other than that, it played out way better than I thought. So kudos.
Cool.
Yeah.
Were there any events in particular? Obviously, you guys programmed them with some idea of what would occur on the floor in mind, or some goal, right? Was there any event that occurred that you were like, yeah, that did not go like I expected it to? Or do you feel like in large, it went about like you expected it to?
So I'll give you
Final
two
workout.
workouts. Yeah. So the second to last workout, the muscle up workout, played out exactly as I wanted it to. Very, very happy with that. I think you would agree with that as well.
Yes.
The last workout, while it played out well from a dynamics, like from a visual perspective, like that's a workout that the 14-minute time cap, I as I said earlier, I wanted everyone to finish that, and I knew it was going to be a lot faster than the 14 minutes. But I think
Scott was going to go sub 5.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
That
Like,
was
Did Scott go sub 5?
Crazy.
I was trying to think
Right?
of like
I think
how to. No, he didn't go
No.
sub 5. No.
No,
But
it was silly fast, but it
was
wasn't
really fast. I
Yeah.
thought
it
it
was
was
a minute 10 around, 4 rounds, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I'll
But
work on that.
The
So we have clarity.
I've been thinking about like that workout there was such disparity between like older age groups, younger age groups.
Right.
Like that's one that I've been struggling to find, like where the balance should have been in that. And like maybe it should have been like 5, 5, and 5, like 5 rope climbs, 5 wall walks, 5 snatches. I was thinking, maybe the weight should have been heavier on the snatches, like 10 to 20 pounds
For the younger divisions.
for the younger divisions.
Yeah.
But then even still, like when you get into the 50 to 54, like there are athletes that are tremendous athletes that if that barbell was even 5 pounds heavier, they wouldn't have been able to get a single rep.
Right.
Right.
Oh, 55 was the same way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 55 was the same way. Because they, would have been the ISBO weight, or it would have been right on the ISBO weight. But the younger age groups was a lot lower than their ISBO weight.
Yeah.
Right. Not a lot lower. A good bit lower. 20 pounds versus 40 pounds for the guys.
I think that's one that just should have been very different by age group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At the end of the day.
Yep. Yeah. Switching those rope climbs to being legless for the younger, potentially, and then adding weight for them,
And
things like that.
more reps on the rope. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
More reps. Yeah. I think it ended up being a wall walk workout for the olders.
Ladder down the rope climbs next year. Keep the wall walks consistent, and then ladder up
The snatches.
That'd be cool workout.
That'd be cool.
Yep. And it was a cool workout. Like, even though, maybe the rope climbs were irrelevant, like we talked about for the younger guys and whatever, it still on the floor was a dope workout to watch go down, even if,
fun.
rep scheme, whatever.
Really fun.
By the way, Scott Panchik, 517.89. So just over 5.
Crazy-
I mean, still
crazy
what
fast,
it was fun to watch. It seemed like the cadence up and down that wall looked literally identical from the first rep to it was
So
just
he lost his
work.
shoe. You know that too, right?
Scott.
Yeah.
Did he?
First-
So
No.
it would have been a
First round.
5:15 instead of a 5:17 had he not lost his shoe.
wow.
Savage.
But that one, it should have been different across the age groups. And your point of it was a wall walk workout, I would maybe disagree with that a little bit. It's a pacing workout,
Sure.
right? Like what you saw when you saw people blow up on the wall walks, it's because they came out so hot.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah, for
didn't
sure.
understand. They let the race dictate, what their strategy was going to be, as opposed to
Right.
the other way around, and they just failed.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. We had Jen Dieter on.
Yeah,
I was just about to bring her
and,
up.
And then, so my athletes finished up a little early, and then Rose didn't make the podium. So we went to Agave across the street and, had chips. And so,
I did not go.
right. And she came in and sat down. I was like, hey, how'd it go? And she was like, I missed 5 snatches and I own the world record in my age
Yeah.
group in snatching.
And her snatch
Yeah.
weight was 105.
Yeah, 105, right? And so it was I agree, right? Like it was for sure a pacing thing. I think like looking at it and just assessing for my athlete, had it been like 246 instead of 264, she probably would have done a lot better just because she's super strong, right?
Yeah.
And then like some of the the smaller athletes that don't snatch as well, those wall walks, they played a really heavy role, I think, in the older, and then maybe a little bit less of a role. And I think the weight played a role on the female side, right? Like Clydesdale said,
Yeah,
it seems like the female might have been heavy relative, at least to the field. But for the normal scaling, it was 185, 125, right? For the normal scaling, that's the normal scaling.
Yeah.
Right? So, are we going to change this scaling for the common male and female adjustments now, like
For masters
across the board?
versus
Yeah. Again, 8, how many different workouts? 8 divisions?
Yeah.
It's hard, right? And so, but feedback is feedback, right?
No,
it is what it is.
and always
Great.
looking for it, right? I think we said when we were here on, I don't know what day we were here, Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday.
some other day that wasn't today when we were last here.
yes, before it started.
We'll be the first to admit we're never going to be perfect, right? And I would say 8 was a miss. It was a miss. It was a fun workout to watch, but like from a programming perspective, it was a miss.
Sure.
It could have been way better. Like it's a great combination of movements, I think,
Yes.
and it could have been a really stellar workout, and it was a miss.
So, okay, so you guys feel it was a miss. I think that's a good assessment. I think it's a hard one to find balance without making like again, trying to make as minimal changes each division as possible. I think it makes it really, really tough. On the other side of this workout, we cut to 15 and the points adjusted, which the points didn't adjust last year.
Yep.
Right now the points adjusted and the swings on the leaderboard were fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
Now that workout was worth way more, right? That workout was in theory worth 2 to 3 volumes of workouts as far as how big the points could swing.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel. I like haven't sat down to really. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's cool to have that much change up on the leaderboard, but I don't know if it's cool to like have that much influence being one workout. And so I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? I know you're thinking about it. I haven't I don't know if it's an awesome thing or if it's a bad thing or if it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know.
I haven't really figured that part out yet, but I can tell you what we did on it was we actually consulted HQ on what is best practice, because last year we didn't, and for them the model is you go to you change the scoring based on the number of people on the field, right? And we had done that for the different age groups already, right? So the ones that were either 10 athletes or 20 athletes,
right?
They were already operating off of a different scale than the age groups that had 30 athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where I fall on that one.
I know it's tough. I don't know. I mean,
because to your point, it does make that one workout worth more.
Super valuable.
Yeah.
And is no cuts. And I know it's like cuts is the thing. I mean, I think cuts can have a place. I probably lean on the side of I don't like them as much.
Yeah.
Is no cuts an option? Is that something you're considering?
Yeah, I already thought about that for next year. I think what you're kind of experiencing conversation real time with me and Joe here. So I think what I would want to do would be, depending on the age group, you would have different number of workouts. So I think like
we had that last year, right? The 55s didn't have the standard.
I would have like a little more of a spread though. Okay. So like the 35s and 40s get 8, the 45s and 50s get 7, and everybody else gets 6.
Okay. And what does that solve?
Well, it allows us to be a little bit more creative with the programming. It solves a lot of logistics. It solves the event staff, is just, they're just beaten.
Sure.
It's tough.
It's really tough on the staff. I was going to say, if we can hit a certain number of judges by X date, a certain number of out of control volunteers, then highly consider no cuts.
Yeah.
Because by the time we hit day 4 of competition, it's day 7 for the staff.
Right.
And the logistical lift is immense.
So a large motivator wouldn't necessarily be concerned for overall volume for the athletes to be able to continue to do, but more so just simply hands on deck that you have available and how much.
Hands on deck, but also like Bob said, not necessarily everyone doing all the workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering the volume of each workout, volume of the total workouts for each age group. Like we did last year, I think that will also alleviate the strain on the team, and I'll also allow more time in between heats and bigger breaks for spectators to kind of break away from the floor collectively, get out to the vendor village, take an overall break, come back to the floor. Because the way we do it now with 38, 40 heats per workout, whatever it is, it's like go.
Yeah, if you're going to get it done.
Otherwise, we don't have the time to get it done. So, still programming enough workouts to, crown the fittest in each age group appropriately, but also not having to stay on it all day long for 4 days. Those are all the factors we have to think about.
Yeah.
Overall, how did you feel this year? Maybe just in comparison to last year, as far as like hands available, like being able to cover all the different, because I mean, there's just so many roles that have to be fulfilled and by many, many people, and that logistical piece of it. How did you feel, I guess, about those logistics for this year in early
great.
reflection?
I mean, the team did a very good job. We had less volunteers than we did last year.
Okay.
We had some people step up and take more leadership roles. We had an immense help from, CrossFit side, Boz, J-Mac, Anthony, all here helping us with, tips, tricks, best practices. It was great. So overall, they did a fantastic job. Now, on my side, they had to work harder than I wanted them to.
Sure.
And so, going forward, that's going to, how do I solve that? How do we fix that?
Yeah.
We were very efficient, and they all did a great job, but it can be better.
Yeah, for volunteers, it can be a really long day. Live scoring. It happened.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Seemed like it went well.
Yeah, we were out there.
Yeah, we did a turn
I
on
know.
live scoring.
Oh man, dude, my guy.
Yes.
My guy. You asked for 2 hours. You got roped into 6.
Oh, nice.
And I will say, he said he thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good.
So-
good.
Yes.
He doesn't like you guys that much. He'd rather be out there live scoring.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
he showed up and showed
That's
out.
what
Shout
I
out,
think.
Steven.
That's Steven. What a stud.
I was told to. And
Oh, what
Wow.
my other guy that went, he bailed out for 2, and then I think they
Yeah.
kind of like lasted him and
Okay.
pulled him in.
I mean, how did it look on the live stream? I really didn't get a chance to see the live stream.
Yeah, I mean, I literally only watched final event. It was great. It looked
Okay.
great.
It did look great.
Camera was following the race appropriately, which is always good. I think that's really challenging, and to make sure like you're following the right people. They knew to follow Scott, Con, and Marquand, in the final race, and I think that's always really important, right? Like that's what they were talking about. That's what it was there. That was the podium. They were also in the lead, so it made it easy. But it seemed good, at least for the one heat that I was able to watch.
Yeah, Clydesdale says that F1 scoring looks like the coolest. So
Oh, nice.
positive
Nice.
feedback on that. Yeah, I am going to be curious because, of course, we've been here in person. And so although in the morning time before coming over here, I'd try to catch a little bit of it from the previous day, get some feels for what that was like. And I definitely thought that the F1 style was a really cool thing. And then, of course, having Sean be involved in the broadcast, Sean and Chase, like that duo is just man. I mean, it's like music to your ears,
Yeah.
and so that was cool to hear. So I'm eager to go back and listen to more of it. But yeah, I am curious as well. Like, what did the consumer think about that experience since you did make all those changes, not just to the live scoring, but then also instead of just this continuous thing, we're just going to focus heavy energy on that final heat. I'm like really curious to see what they thought. I don't know.
Yeah, same. I think, as we thought going into this, like we're going to get blasted for not showing every single lane, every single heat,
Right.
Every single workout. And that's fine. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, what you guys did show was good. I mean, I don't hear no complaints when it was live, like when it was going. And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think streaming views overall are probably lower than last year, but again, that's really hard to compare when it's on for 2 hours versus 9 hours, right? Like that, like it really like modulates total like views because you just see the view, right? And they could be on for 5 seconds and watch the one heat, but it's 9 hours, so everyone's gonna chirp through and or like bounce through. So yeah, I'm excited to get home and watch it a little bit and give more thoughts.
Yeah,
it was exciting when it was on.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm very excited to go back and watch it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the event as a whole, what do you like? If there's anything that you're like, I feel like we knocked that out of the park. Like I'm genuinely proud of that. And then maybe something where you're like, I can already identify when maybe you kind of touched on it a little bit, but like for sure need more support here 12 months from now.
I'm not in the knock it out of the park mode yet. I'm still, I'm like overanalyzing everything.
Yeah. Honestly, I think for the athletes and the spectators, we did great.
Yeah.
We did. It was a huge improvement from last year, starting from check-in all the way through the final event and podium. I do think that we made major improvements for the
check-in was
consumer, especially for the people that were here.
Sure, relative to last year.
Yeah.
Check-in was fantastic.
Low bar, bro.
Yeah. And
Hey, better.
wasn't hard to beat.
And I've heard a lot of positive feedback about the venue. Of course, there's always the desire for there to be outdoor things that'll never end as long, and justifiably so. But
we went outside. We did an outdoor run.
Yeah.
that's true.
I was here, so I'm going to see sunlight hopefully tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I walked out. So true story, and you can obviously test this too. We got here at 6:30 every day, and we didn't leave till 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And just now my athletes finished, and I was like, I'm gonna go walk across the street, and I was like, oh wow, I haven't seen the sun like over the buildings at all. Like we drove in at sun up, but I didn't see the sun because we're in the downtown district at all. And I was like, wow, I literally haven't seen the sun in like 96 hours.
Yeah. What do you suppose? I mean, what was the weather like the last couple of days?
I don't know. I literally have no idea.
Curious.
Oh, I'll tell you what the weather was like in this building.
It's super cold,
Holy
right?
shit,
Super
dude.
cold.
Our girls
we
were
have to
struggling.
sell hoodies, so
Oh my God, we didn't
paid
bring
extra
enough.
to
We didn't bring enough. I sold
crank the AC.
I sold a hoodie off my back.
for $70.
Did you really?
way.
Yes, he did.
It had WODprep on it. It was like, I don't know, a couple years old. And we weren't selling ours because they were just for like display. We weren't going to sell
For
until Sunday.
For sizing.
And so we really want to buy this one. And we can't sell it. And then I was like, Ashley was wearing mine. She was like, I'll wear one of the ones for sizing. I was like, I'll sell this one. And $70. It was perfect.
That's
was
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was freezing in here.
It was very cold.
I tried wearing shorts one morning and I had to go back to my room and change into sweats. It was way too cold.
Yeah, it was cold. All right.
Not intentional.
What is what's the next, I don't know, 14 days look like for you guys?
Oh yeah.
Pack up, go home.
Aren't you guys being packed up tonight? Dude, they fly.
Decompress.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
See,
This is an end of day tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
quite a lot. Decompress. Then we'll have some, after action meetings. Talk it out.
Yeah.
Give us some days to really think about it.
Yeah.
Kind of remove yourself. And for me, it's like removing myself and then thinking about with a fresh head, with some sleep.
Yeah, I think that's important.
All the good things, all the stuff that we can do better, and get together, start talking it through.
Cool.
Yeah. Next 14 days, Formula One comes back on next weekend. College football starts next weekend.
Does. Wait, it started this weekend, or at least someone was playing it.
Starts for Oregon. Anyone else, doesn't really matter. So Oregon starts next weekend.
Got it.
I'll head up to the.
Did you go to Oregon?
No, I'm a season ticket holder. My son goes there. My wife went there.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's so random.
Yeah. If you didn't know those other two facts,
Right.
So.
No, I know it.
Yeah. So kind of get away from CrossFit a little bit. Check out some other stuff. I'll probably do a first draft on 26 programming.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's.
I'll take it at cj@wodprep.com. You know what I'm saying? You want to slide it in
and
my
I'll
DMs.
go back to your suggestion, right? Where I think we need to figure out a program where we can get men and women testers on some of these programs or some of these workouts earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. Like even Sam Briggs was here, right? I know she's associated with someone, but I mean, she'd be a great tester.
Yeah.
Maybe just not with like a heavy barbell, but I mean, I think she would be a great tester.
Yeah.
She's still super fit, and she's like 42 now, or even older.
Yeah, she lives local, right? Pretty close, kind of close.
I think I know she's kind of bounced back and forth. She's currently in the UK. I don't think she's here. But
I think she's in Ohio.
Is she?
Yeah.
Did she move back? I don't even know.
Don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's always options, right? I really think, I had Taylor and Bryson on earlier and we talked about it and had raving things to say. No, we were really trying to be like,
it was good.
Proactive. Yeah. I'm like
a
productive conversation.
Yes.
And so I think it's, I do think it's important that you guys continue to like try to expand how many people are involved in the programming.
Yeah.
Right. And like, obviously they're biased, they said JR or someone like, the guy that runs Syndicate, I just went blank, like those are big minds and it's Wilson, and from an organizational and the event standpoint, I think you guys are running a great event here, but I do think it is important that there's more people in the pot, right? But obviously you have to find those people that you can trust. And obviously that's very challenging, especially with the unknown and unknowable, et cetera. And I think it's where Dave is falling short some years because it's too close to the chest, right? And there's not enough people involved. There's not enough eyes on it in general. I do think it's really, really important. But again, it is probably the easiest solution with the hardest limiter because of how our sport is designed, right? If we were just running a race, everyone knew how long the race was. Okay, you have all the best minds in the world set up the perfect race with no problems. All the best camps, doesn't matter. Marathon's going to be a marathon, it doesn't matter. But here in this situation, it creates those limiters. I don't know how to fix it, but I think more people involved in some capacity is for sure the key to like fixing a lot of these programming discrepancies, or even like elevating where we are to where we're going to be.
I wouldn't even call it, like discrepancies, because programming, there's a little bit of of everyone thinks their programming is the best.
100%.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
And what I would say is nobody's programming is perfect or even close to it.
Right.
And so it's getting, different sets of eyes, diverse sets of eyes on programming, kind of going back to like what we were talking about with the biases,
Right.
like there are these inherent biases that we're either aware of or unaware of, and they
Right.
just like, they sit below the surface and they affect programming.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, the programming this year, way better than last year. And overall, I would say it was good and balanced. There were hits and misses, but there are every year in every competition.
Right.
Yes.
Like the thing that I still haven't figured out, and this is probably what I'll spend a little bit of time on, is how do we get those people under the tent when there's so many conflicts of interest?
Right. I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you said that when we talked on Wednesday prior to the event starting, that this year the intention behind the programming was to really challenge the athletes, specifically with weights, but in different ways. And so there was a push behind the choices that were made. And so in preliminary reflection,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about what you saw based on what you tried to get them to do?
Yeah, what I
Got them to
from
do.
my perspective, what I saw versus what we tried to get them to do, it was pretty close.
Yeah.
I would say I would think the overall volume might have I don't want to say beaten up, but it had a bigger effect on like 50 and up
Sure. Oh, yeah.
than I wanted to.
Okay.
Just watching some of the folks exit the floor, midday Saturday, and it was like, they looked like they could use a little bit of rest.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Well, Saturday's a huge day too.
Yeah.
Right. It was a big day.
Workouts.
Yep. 3 workouts. I like the 3 workout day. I think I think testing recovery is also super.
For all age groups.
Right.
Wait, all age groups 3 workouts.
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like you said, you like it.
Yeah. I do. I think it's fun to test recovery, right? Maybe, with the workouts that were tested, right? It was a sled, it's 3-minute workout, and a 9-minute workout, which is burpees and GHGs, right? So the workouts that were in that day, I think were fine. I think the 18-minute AMRAP like set the tone for the weekend, and I think it was probably much just from like that kettlebell clean pulling bicep volume in general for the older age groups, and then even the younger age groups with the heavy kettlebells. There was so much eccentric contraction specifically to that workout, and I think that's where you saw a lot of the, oh man, we're really struggling because like that kind of eccentric, like open chain eccentric loading is not something we do unless we're going to do a lot of dual hang dumbbell work.
Yep.
Right. Like it's a unique pattern to that, especially with kettlebell. Right. And the blasting of the arms. Right. So little like combo there. But I think that's where it was. But I think Saturday was fine. I think it was good. If I had to like maybe for the olders, maybe like the muscle ups earlier in the day, maybe they would have had a little more pop. Maybe, I don't know. Now we're like, like splitting hairs, but I think that's the goal of it. But
it's a good point.
That's the point of the conversation.
Or even
let's
earlier in the
split some hairs.
weekend, right? Like even like adjusting the order, right? Like, okay, let's see the masters, like start day 2 with muscle ups, and then the masters, the 50 or 55 and up start day 2 with muscle ups, and then the elites finish with the muscle up workout. And I know like logistically that could be an absolute shit show, but something like that I think would be pretty cool. Right.
Yeah. It's worth looking into. It's a good idea.
Like
Possible.
different orders for different age groups, because the stimulus does change. Right. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's like, those are the conversations I want to have.
Right.
And like, I think if we've seen anything in the CrossFit community over the last couple of years, NDAs mean nothing to everybody.
Sure.
Right. Like,
Yeah. You might as well not.
Yeah. And so it's like, how do I have, I'm genuinely asking that question. Right.
Yes.
And for the community at large, please, Bob@legendscomp.com, send me an email.
Right.
How do we solve for that problem?
Yeah.
Because I do want I want more testing. I want other minds looking at the programming,
Right.
and
That's good. I mean, I
Figure it
definitely
out.
think that's the start, right? Like, you just put it out there, which is something that has never been done.
Mhm.
I don't know if you said it last year. I don't think if you did, it wasn't quite that like, hey, here's the silver platter. But I think that's definitely a good start. And there certainly are people out there. I can't think on the top of my mind, except like, it does seem like JR moved away from coaching specifically to do the programming thing in hopes of potentially moving in that direction.
Mhm.
And so, we're biased, right? Like, I think the world of him in general. He doesn't coach. He didn't talk to any masters. That's not his thing at all. He does, We Prefer the Hay, he does his affiliate thing. He doesn't coach Jason. I heard he turned down athletes reaching out to him to coach. And so, there are for sure other people out there in that situation.
Mhm.
Even maybe someone like Dylan and Wadapalooza. You know what I mean? Like Dylan has a lot of friends and he's like really well connected. But I like there's for sure competition organizers out there that have written competitions that aren't associated with the camp. I mean, I hope people reach out, and I hope that conversation gets started. And I think if it does, I think it'll be a great competition no matter what. Next year we will be here hopefully with 1,000 athletes, and it's just all WODprep just everywhere. But
Hey,
1,000 athletes.
It looks pretty good.
Every one of them is a WODprep athlete. That'd be sick. But I mean, I think with more eyes, I think it would just be another step in the right direction. Boom, 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 and continue to snowball positively.
Cool.
Happy to have been in Columbus.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
No, it's great.
This place is great.
Fantastic. Our Airbnb sucked. Other than that, it was primo. We were walking distance.
I mean, I was indoors the whole time, so
Right,
I don't know what
this is true.
outside is like. But
Are you guys gonna go? Are you gonna
This
venture
convention
out?
center is awesome.
Are you gonna venture outside tonight?
Go outside,
Do you get to
some
leave?
dinner.
Do you get to leave this?
See the sun.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's 5, so I don't think you think the sun's already behind the buildings.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's a cool
we gotta get the
rooftop
team dinner.
restaurant
Yeah,
Here?
in the Hilton.
it's amazing.
Oh, in the Hilton. Okay.
Yeah. But I
Cool.
kind of want to leave the Hilton and the convention center.
Yeah. Well,
Experience something different.
There's only, it's not a lot of choices, but there's only 135 bars within like 1 mile that
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys can find. It really is like over 100.
Is this a college town? College here?
Jesus
Might be.
Christ. There's a draft, guys. There's a fucking DraftKings bar here.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's how you know you're in a college town.
I'm eager to go hit one of these bars and run into a bunch of CrossFitters that get to tell me all the things that were wrong with my programming.
Oh
You just gotta go
man,
incognito,
Did
like
you-
put a hoodie on.
did you hear a
No.
lot of that over the course of the
No,
weekend?
Not at all, actually.
Okay, cool.
A lot of what I got was, they had a great experience.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed their time here. And we're glad to be challenged.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of compliments on the improvements from last year. So
Yeah,
it was cool.
awesome.
It was really cool to hear.
Cool. All right. Final thoughts.
tired. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm tired too.
It's just tough to look
Been here
at.
a long
It's
time.
tough to look at 58 lanes of rig that need to be
Yeah.
dismantled.
Right.
Stoked. Every year's awesome.
Cool.
Keep expanding, keep getting bigger, striving to be better. So honestly, can't wait for next year, even though I'm exhausted.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah. I am looking forward to next year.
Awesome.
I
And
think more so than I was last year in Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Well, I feel like there was still like a impeccable amount of unknown at the end of last year's Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
with
With
the lot-
CrossFit,
with
right,
CrossFit,
for sure.
like
Yeah,
as a company,
100%.
like with Laza, and like what was the
Mhm.
the backlash going to be of like the investigation and all this stuff? Like, is there even going to be a game? I mean, like I think a lot of people were really unsure of anything
Mhm.
for a hot minute. I mean, I was pretty unsure. I was like, oh man, do I go back in the clinic? Like, is this whole thing just going to implode on itself overnight? But I don't think it is. I think we're certainly moving in the right direction. I think you guys like hung in a really hard time, and you filled a void that was extremely needed. When Dave reached out, I was like, hey, do you guys want to do this thing? And everyone here is, I know, with however much complaints they have, are very grateful that it's still happening. And is the driver, a big driver of like our business and the podcast and the sports side of things. And so I really appreciate it. And I think, I think the storm is weathered, and I think we're for sure moving in the right direction as a company and a methodology and all the things. And, yeah.
Well, and I think too, just one last thing is, with the success that Scott had competing this year, and Cole is a coach, Cole and the whole next group of soon to be 35-year-olds all plan on starting to compete next year, which I think is what the sport needs.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
So it's
Need them to lead the way,
yeah,
Yep.
get
I agree.
people involved.
excited for that.
I agree.
Well, and also all of the I'm thinking of, I had the opportunity before it started to interview a number of their athletes, and then I had the opportunity again today afterwards to interview a few about different things, their experiences anyway. And man, these storylines, I mean, I've been largely in booth or not really watching a ton out there. I went and watched some of the 55 to 59. Your athlete Rose Wall went out there for hers, and they're like 2 of 4 rounds into this workout, and I am full of tears in my eyes, and I'm like, stop. And it was just because I'm just looking, this is the 8th workout of the weekend for these women in this age division, with the ferocity that they displayed and like the fitness that they displayed. And so I just met Rose, and I'm just overwhelmed with like, whoa, and so I'm really grateful that I know WODprep created a good bit of content, and more will continue to come out, but also all the content that came from you guys and collaborating with CrossFit and all of that. Like, I think that I'm really excited to see over the next 12 months to next year's, what occurs, because also so many of those storylines are including athletes that only started CrossFitting with, like, I'm talking masters athletes that haven't even been CrossFitting that long,
Right.
and so then for the growth of it, not just the young ones coming up and aging up and so on, but just there's real meat on the bone. And I'm excited for more people to see more of these stories and to get involved and to chase higher, bigger goals, even at those age divisions. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
Nice.
It was cool. When's 75?
75 plus,
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
In 5 years,
Yeah.
when they move up, I agree.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
We'll do a test year and then
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Awesome. I know you guys got a busy afternoon, so thanks for taking some time.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah,
Awesome,
likewise.
guys. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
We appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, likewise.
Great. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. And
Thanks
we'll see
everybody
you.
for watching.
We'll see you next time.